25th of July 2015, 5 months till Christmas. I'm Elise Lonsdale and I'm in Palmerston North, which is part of the Manawatu, Lower North Island, New Zealand. Today I'm going to make a video with my Travel Zoom 30 or ZT30 camera. It's no longer the newest cameras, the newest model in that Lumix series. However, it's still only about 2 years old, 2.5 years old, and offers reasonably good image stabilization. A friend of mine who is touring Washington State in America and is on holiday there, she gave me the inspiration to make this video after doing a similar thing with a new camera she purchased recently. So I'm going to go for a walk near part of the Manawatu River and into the Victoria Esplanade, which is part of Palmerston North. I'll just try walking with this camera a little bit and tell you a little bit about this path. I have photos of this path in not only better weather, but just also prior to the floods we had in June, which were about 4 or 5 weeks ago now. This whole area that I'm walking on was totally underwater. Prior to that happening, the path looked somewhat nicer. It's been damaged by the water coming up out of the river to my right here, but it's still quite a pleasant walk. That, for people who aren't able to see the video, was a cyclist. This shot here is of the path. It certainly looks better than it did about 3 weeks ago when I came up here, and that was also after the floods. But my friend Gillian and my friend Karen, whom I have walked with along here, have also taken this particular photo from roughly this position when they've been visiting me, one in November and one in April. So it certainly has recovered a little bit since the flood. There's very obviously an aeroplane overhead. Manawatu River Walk. I still think this is considered part of the River Walk, but nonetheless, not too far to go till the Esplanade. In a few months' time, these trees will have leaves on them again, which will be good, because I certainly do enjoy the summer. As I'm about to head into the Esplanade, you can certainly hear the river's certainly running. Good Lord, listen to that. You can certainly see the river around those around the bank there. I'm rather hoping this will still remain in stereo as it ends up on YouTube. I think it usually does. So for my non-visual friends out there, hopefully you'll enjoy this too. What we're looking at here are the windmills, are renewable energy generating devices that are up on the hill on, I guess you could say, the left side of the gorge, the Manawatu Gorge. And this camera is on full zoom now with something like, something ridiculous like 16 times optical zoom and a little bit more digital zoom. The newer ones, I believe, even have more. And just to give you some idea of the zoom, I shall pull it right out. That's the Fitzherbert Bridge coming into shot, and you can see the path that I'm on. This is a series of trees that my friend Karen photographed when she was here in April. Now we're in shadow, unlike my friend Lorraine, who sort of gave me the inspiration to make this video. We're in winter. and she's in summer, so the light levels will be completely different, and there will be a lot of shadow in mine also because it's sunny. So it's not the best time of year to do something like this, and I'll certainly look forward to making another movie like this in summer, and perhaps when my two friends from Toastmasters are out there on the river playing in the kayaks. Now, I've been looking for a way into the Esplanade, and I think this might even be the track that Karen and I came down back in April. Yes, it is. Excellent. Now, if my editing skills are still good enough, it was around about here I filmed Karen walking through here on her own with her white cane, and because it's got very low lighting levels, which you'll see as we come through here, it meant that the camera on its automatic setting had exposed the CCD to more light by remaining open longer. By doing that, Karen's arc of the cane blurred in such a way that people have often said to me since that photo was taken, she looks like something out of Star Wars with their lightsabers. Anyhow, let's walk up these steps because it was around about here that shot was taken. Maybe I'll be able to put that photo in as an added extra. Now we can see the sun coming through the trees. It's quite dark in here at the moment. There's an example of that powerful zoom again, right in on those leaves with the other foliage and everything in the background. Now, for whatever reason, I get better colour saturation when I use this other setting, which often results in darker pictures, but anyhow, we are looking almost directly into the sun through the trees. That might make a good still photo in a minute. Let's try it and see. I'll have to pause this video. So let's head sort of west and see what we can find. Somebody's walking up behind me. And now they've just gone past. I'll detour and come up this other little track here. Now, I don't quite know my way around here, so I'm always sort of finding new things every time I come in here. Nice, beautiful tree fern all in shadow. In the playground, which is just ahead, I can hear a motor. I'm wondering if that's the little miniature railway train that runs. I shouldn't think so, because at this time of year I don't believe it runs. I do have photos of it from last November when Gillian and I came through here. Right in amongst the foliage now. It's quite dark in here. Just change the light settings on the camera to accommodate that. There's a nice photo with the leaves being backlit by the sun. Just looking at some foliage through the branches of some trees with as much magnification the camera will allow on this setting, not quite as much as before. But it does look quite green, lush, very pretty with the sun coming through from behind the leaves and actually lighting up the leaves, so you get this brighter green than what you would if you were filming from the other direction. Just like that. This looks like the Flying Fox. So while we're waiting for another train, let's see if we can make some videos of people on that. There goes one, right down there. They're coming back. Well, here's the little miniature railway in its stationary state anyway. It's certainly stopped here to change people over, so here we go. Looks like it's going to go. And here it is again. And it even makes some clickety-clack noises. There it is. Just before we go home, I thought I'd film some other attractions around the Esplanade here. I'm pretty sure this was all full of water a few weeks back. There are ducks in it, and it's dry as. I can't help wondering the council's drained it. Yep. There are some ducks relying on what is left of the water. Yes, I've got photos of this from a few weeks back. So I remember some of those trees. I'll go around and check that. And also when I was here with Gillian, there are some disaffected ducks in there because they're sort of like without a home. Yes, there are. Don't think these guys are at all happy about having their pond drained. No, you don't look too impressed, do you, mate? And that's where we have to leave this little video of my walking through the Victoria Esplanade here in Palmerston North and the River Walk. Unfortunately, batteries. These little guys cost about $135 Australian, and you can't buy them at the regular corner store. So with that, although I had two of those, they were both flat and I wasn't able to continue. Nonetheless, I did enjoy making that little video, and I'd like to thank my friend from the US, Lorraine Taylor, who gave me the inspiration to do it. Thank you, Lorraine. I'm a Toastmaster, so if you have any recommendation or commendation, I'd love to hear from you. Please like us on Facebook and YouTube, and I look forward to making another video perhaps when the weather's a little bit finer. Being winter time here in the Southern Hemisphere, as I said in the main video, we are inclined to get a lot of shadows at this time of year. I'm Elise Lonsdale, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.